going to start with a little bit of Himalayan cave exercises for practice today. So this is an inspiring practice dedicated to awakening the solar force from within you. And so as we know, Pran Vayu is this realm of the heart and the mind. When we are generating energy, we usually activate it from the navel center. We build the energy, build the capacity around the heart center, and then trying not to allow it to spill up really up into the head with a lot of forward head movement, right? Or thinking too much. We maintain the most voluminous aspect of the energy in our torso, but what naturally happens is through this groundedness, the nectar, it's like almost the fumes, the nectar's fumes of the pranic enhancement illuminate our inspiration, our intelligence, our clear seeing, helping us to move through maybe obstacles, surpassing thresholds, moving through any endeavors that have been challenging or very difficult maybe in the past. So I love the solar practices, and it is important when we're doing the solar practices during a more warm time of year that we also balance out the heating aspects of it with cooling practices, cooling pranayams. We're just going to start with rolling out the shoulders and allowing the body to be more fluid than normal. When we're waking up the more solar or even fiery aspects, that there's a need for this balance of the water element as well. So we're going to reverse the roll of the shoulders and like an earthy quality as well. So earth can be kind of cooler, right? So we want that stability. We want the watery nature so that there can be a balanced activation of the solar force. Good. So let's just come into Tadasana, palms face forward, and you can tap the heels down a few times to ground down. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale out the mouth with a sigh. Relax the pelvic floor, any tension around the jawline, and do that again. Nice. Maybe you want to stand a little bit wider, hands on the hips. Just full or half moon circles with your head. About 10 more seconds. Just letting your chin or the position of your head momentarily hang to release extra tension in a particular place. And then the other side. Nice. And just coming back up to center. Left hand on your heart. Just 3 rounds, one direction. We're going to switch arms, 3 rounds, same direction. Reverse, same arm. Other arm. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, elbows bend. 30 seconds. Maintaining this awareness of, again, a strong connection to the earth, but also a groundedness at your navel center. Good. We're going to pause here, just a few more rounds. Finding your Tadasana, palms face forward, tapping the heels down. Nice deep breath in. Good. Opening the legs a little wider, diagonal stretches. 30 seconds. So just noticing front body, back body. Where are you feeling a little less alive or a little less aware today? The movements can wake up these aspects of the body. Also, the movements can tune the mind, your awareness to certain places of the body. Go ahead and move into your twist. Do a little different twist today. More of like a lackadaisical swing. So we can think of the intensity at which we approach a posture can build more heat, right? So the less intensity, a little less of that intense percentage, right? And it's more cooling. So we just come back into center. Just take a moment to feel. Maybe rolling out the hips and shoulders. Just enjoying a little imperfection, variation, fluid motion. Good. Bringing your awareness now down to your hips. Let's go ahead and circle just your right knee 4 rounds, one direction. And then we'll switch legs after the 4th. Just taking your time, finding your balance. And then go back to the first side, reversing the roll. And the other side. Good. Coming back to center, finding your Tadasana. One last time, tapping the heels down, finding your breath. Let's go ahead and breathe in, arms reach up to the sky. As you exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, step back, plank pose. Shifting forward and lowering down. Enjoying a little baby cobra here. And exhale, floating down, pressing back up through table or plank, back to your downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and lift the right leg up, down dog split. Stack the right hip over the left, bend the knee, swirl out the ankle. Stretch the legs straight, level the hips, swoop that right leg forward, warrior one. Deep breath in, arms stretch up towards the sky. As you exhale, just bend your elbows, sinking into your warrior. Go ahead and inhale, stretch the arms straight. You can flex that front foot and then exhale into your warrior. Last one, inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink into your warrior. Pivot the back toe now, inhale. Exhale, bend your knee towards the mat. So inhale, rise. We'll do 3 of these. Exhale, lower. It's a little kitty playing in the background, so please excuse the little noises. Good. Go ahead and release. You can come into a high lunge, breathing in your plank pose. Exhale, shifting forward, lowering down. Breathing in your baby cobra. We're going to do this 2 more rounds. Exhale, float down. Inhale, rise up. So it was more than a baby cobra that I just did. Exhale, float down. And last one, inhale, rise up, stay for a pause. Exhale, pull the navel in, lowering the chin down. So you're going to cap that energy into the torso. Inhale and exhale, pressing the body back up to your downward facing dog. Breathe up your left leg, stack the hip, bend the knee, roll out the ankle. Go ahead and stretch the leg, level the hips, float it down. Come into your warrior one on the left side. Go ahead and inhale here. As you exhale, bending the elbows, cactus shape arms. Inhale. And exhale, bend the knees. Again, inhale. And exhale. Remembering that flex that front foot, inhale. And exhale. Good. Back heel lifts, inhaling. And exhale down. Good. Opening up that front quadricep now, pulling the navel in as you sink. And last one. Good. Reaching forward, high lunge, sweep that back leg to plank. Exhale down, inhale. maybe a little higher. And exhale, let's come back into your downward dog just for a moment. Sighing out the mouth. Mindfully walking your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. And exhale, forward fold. So a little differently today, we're going to roll up like a rag doll. So you can bend your knees, the tailbone sinks down, just rolling up very mindfully, very slowly. And then we're going to exhale and roll back down. So you're tending to the spaces between the vertebral column. Inhale, rolling back up. Exhale, rolling back down. Last one, inhaling. As you rise up, feel the breath lifting from the heart. The heart isn't the lead, even if it's curled by the shoulders, curling around. It's still in the lead. Let's go ahead and roll the shoulders out. And reversing the roll. So these creative sun devotions, opening up the body, connecting your mind to the body, awakening consciousness. This is the idea of the solar energy. It's lifting consciousness, awakening consciousness, lifting us up from the densities. So let's go ahead and do another variation. Breathing in, like you're reaching to these beautiful rays of the sun. Exhale, forward fold. You are the Dharmi. You are the practitioner, the one who is living, that is expressing this world. Go ahead and come through your vinyasa in the ways that are unique to you, your unique talents, skill sets, passions, interests. Floating back up and back to your downward facing dog. So inhale, now the left leg rises, stack the hip, bend, and roll out the foot. Let's straighten the leg, level the hip, float that left leg through again. Warrior one just for a moment, and then open up to warrior two, please. So make your stance nice and long, flipping the palms up so that they're little cups. So we're again catching the rays of the light of the sun. Good. So begin with the knee bent, plumb line over your ankle. Inhale, reaching again to the solar rays. Exhale, coming into form. So you're inhaling, reaching to the heavens, exhaling the descent of consciousness into matter, right? This beautiful pulse of our connection, of our manifestation, and how much better we do it when we're in tune and aware, filled with higher levels of consciousness. Good. Just pause in your warrior two. Bring your tailbone down, the low belly lifts. Inhale here. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Good. Now we're going to inhale, sweep the right arm under, and exhale, come out, keeping the knee bent. If that's too much today, you can straighten that front leg. Inhale, reaching through. Exhale out, anchor at the navel, feet to earth. Last one, hold. Good. 3 breaths. So go ahead and rise up just for a moment. Cartwheel the hands down. Step your front leg back to plank. Inhaling, exhale, mindfully shifting forward, lowering down. Cobra rising. Exhale down. 2 more cobras, please. Inhale, rising. Exhale down. This last one, inhale, rise. Now release your hands, lotus hands to your hips. Chin comes down. So you're maintaining the prana in the torso. Smooth, even breaths. Good. Releasing the pose, pressing up and through back to your downward dog. Rising your right leg, stack, bend, and roll. Stretching the legs straight, level the hips, floating your right leg through, opening up through to warrior two. Getting your stance nice and long, palms face up, Let's go ahead and inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, float down. That awareness again of our connection to the heavens and the earth, the pulse of breath, connecting mind, body, and spirit. The sun, the solar forces that awaken our consciousness, this conscious evolution filled by grace, led by grace. Okay, we're going to sweep through, coming down. Let's breathe in to look under the arm. And exhale, come out of the pose. Keeping that front knee bent if that's attainable today. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Last one, stay here. 3 rounds of breath. So just notice the form that this body and shape is taking in this moment. Recognizing you have been handed certain skills, certain talents, very unique to you. And the goal is to shine your light on them, first of all, so you can discover them. And the talents and skills are constantly being refined and revealed and elevated as you gain more mastery. But then feel how when you shine outwards, like the rays of the light of the sun, your living Dharma, Dharmi, becomes Dharmic. Go ahead and come through. And exhale, downward facing dog. Just a few breaths here. So a resting pose or child's pose if that feels better for you at this moment. Walking the feet mindfully forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And then once again, we're just going to hang, bend the knees, and roll up like a rag doll. Inhale, rise. As you exhale, chin comes down, lowering down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Hopefully you're feeling the kind of creakiness coming out of the body. Inhale, rise. And then we remain. Go ahead and roll the shoulders out, sigh out the mouth. Nice. Let's go ahead and step your right leg back. So we're complete with our devotions to the sun. Come back into Warrior Two stance. Find your gaze at the horizon. So the knowledge that life is difficult is revealed in the battlefield of the Bhagavad Gita. And this is our stance as we take as warriors to meet life head on, observing what is happening. So let's go ahead and breathe in here. And as you exhale, let's come down back to our Parshvottanasana. Inhale, rise up, and reverse warrior. And repeat this back and forth. Like a beautiful blade of grass or a long-stemmed flower blowing on the top of a mountain, going back and forth. Pause. 3 breaths here, reversed warrior. So you're feeling the power of the stance again, connecting to the earth, but this elevation of the spine to the crown of the head, the lightening around the left side of your colon. Go ahead and rise up. Let's just straighten the legs, please. Wide-legged stance. Inhale. And exhale, slide the hands down the backs of your legs. Inhale halfway. And exhale down. With a nice flat back, lifting with the upper body first, rising all the way back up. And exhaling down. This time as you inhale, rise up halfway, hands on the hips, 3 breaths here. So a little bit stronger in your legs. Inner thighs are active. Your pelvic floor is soft. Face is soft. Inhale, rise all the way back up and just turn your feet to the back of your mat. Long stance. Once again, warrior. Inhale. Exhale to the front of the mat. Parsvottanasana. Inhale, rise. Reverse warrior. And it's alternating side to side, moving with the flow of what you would feel is connected to nature, her rhythm, her dance. You, a child of the earth, given breath and vitality by the light of the sun. I mean, how mysterious is it, this life, right? Who really knows? Who is giving us breath? How are we breathing? What are we doing here? Right? So our yoga dance can just start to discover, what is it that all of this means for us personally? And in this moment, go ahead and pause. Beautiful. Straighten that leg, facing that wide-legged stance once again. Let's go ahead and inhale. Exhale, slide the hands down the backs of the legs. This time we're going to pause here. So let's adjust, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, just stay in the pose. 5 breaths. Inhale, rising up just enough to place your hands down. And we're going to alternate side to side, bending one knee. You can even move your hands around, bending the other. Skandasana. We'll go a little bit into a more creative mode here. How you're wanting to stretch. Maybe you want to twist the upper body. And the next time you find yourself with the right hand towards the left foot, go ahead and stay there. So you can also place a block under your hand. You want to make sure that your booty is pressed way back, that the knee is not feeling any pressure here. And then in this, maybe even feeling a little awkward stance, you're going to inhale, lengthen the spine. So you can remove the hand and place it in a place that feels really good for that spine's length. Exhale, pull the navel in and start to spiral. Left rib cage, left side of your heart, left shoulder, and then the arm up towards the sky. It may not feel good to also look up, especially if you've had any neck injuries or any acute tension. So find the gaze that feels right for you in this moment. Be here for 3 breaths. Inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, you'll pull the navel in, just acutely feeling that power of the belly activating the solar plexus. Chin is slightly down, so you're capping that light of this pranic nectar in the torso. We'll go ahead and inhale, release, coming back to just a forward fold over the stretched legs, Padottanasana. And exhale, deeper into the folds. Let's just do a little lift and lower, erector spinae, getting strong in the upper back, strong in the inner thighs. Inhale halfway, exhale, hands on the hips. Stay here for 3 breaths. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, floating forward. This time walking to your right side with the left hand down, floating up the right arm again, finding the gaze. Each wave of breath just filling you with this pranic nectar. Your mind, your awareness is also focused on these particular areas of the body that are getting lit, that are activating, that are waking up. And we'll go ahead and release once you feel you've had an even amount of time. I think it's 3 breaths on that right side too. Deep breath in, lengthen the waist. Exhale, forward fold. And then here you can just choose yogi toe lock over the big toes, or you can interlace the hands behind your back and stretch them over your head. Just feeling the waves of breath here as you keep the legs active. Kittens are determined to be here with me today with loud toys. And just finding this equipoise of the weight of your feet, holding you in a posture that feels really good. And then we'll go ahead and slowly release, just coming down into your plank pose and a mindful vinyasa. So you can choose, maybe you just want to do one of those slow roll child's flows. Maybe you want to do a full vinyasa. Really depends on the heat of the day for you and your energy level. And then if you've just done a full vinyasa, let's just get down a little bit. Now let's do a little slow roll child's pose. So from child's through a rolling table into a modified up dog. Pulling the navel in, descending back down into child's. And just do that one more round. Rolling back through table, modified up dog. Pause here for a moment. So you can lift the knees. Just make sure that there's equal weight tops of the feet and hands. Good. That will really be determined also by the length of the spine and the length of your body on the mat. And then with a little activity of the legs, just turning over the right shoulder, coming back to center, and turning over the left shoulder. And coming back to center. Go ahead and press back and through. And we'll go ahead and sink into child's pose. Just 5 breaths here in child's pose. Wide-legged, wide-kneed stance. Find a yogic abdominal breath here in child's pose. That's good. And slowly rise up. Just coming back into seated on your heels position. So rolling out the shoulders, noticing how the upper body feels, and we'll go ahead and rise up onto the knees. Right hand is on your sacrum, left arm is up towards the sky. Nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, sweeping the left arm down, hand to sacrum, forehead to the mat. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, sweeping everything down, pulling the navel in, forehead to mat. Inhale, left arm rises. So again, just alternating side to side, feeling the fluidity, the stability, and a gentle awakening of the breath, the prana within the body. Coming back into seated on your heels. If that doesn't feel good, you can come into a simple Siddhasana, hands on the thighs. Just take a moment to regulate the breath. Anchor your awareness at the navel. Take 3 breaths here, please. Good. 27 rounds of Kapalbhati. Inhale, left nostril. Block the left nostril. Exhale, right nostril. Inhale, right nostril. Block the right. Exhale, left. Releasing the hand. Just take a moment to feel breath at the navel. Beautiful. Releasing into tabletop position. You can either come onto your forearms or remain on your hands. Just little butt pumps with the right leg. Straighten that right leg, tapping the foot down and then back up. So you're opening up the front part of the leg, but activating the back part on the hamstrings. Good. And then tapping the toes to the left and to the right. Keep the belly drawing upwards, and then we'll release. Big smiley faces with the bottom. If it feels good to you, you can just tuck the toes under, do a little stretch of your down dog to release before coming into the other side. Left thigh is parallel to the floor, little pumps here. Straighten the leg, little lifts. Nice. Coming back into your table, just little shifts from the hips side to side. Nice. Exhale out the mouth. Good. Let's come back to our seated on the heels, Bhumi Mudra, Bhudevi Mudra. Inhale. As you exhale, we're going to twist to the right, reaching the mudra down to the earth. Inhale, rise. Switching sides. So honoring this connection between the sun and the earth. So much greenery right now. So many flowers. Not in my yard, I have too much shade, but so many flowers everywhere else. Feeling your own flowering as a gift from the sun. Go ahead and come back to seated on your heels. One more time, 27 rounds of Kapalbhati. So let's first just establish calm tranquility, grounded and rooted. You want to make sure your pelvic floor is soft, not lifted in tension, in a lack of consciousness. Right? You can even engage it just a little bit before you begin. A nice breath and then begin when you're ready. This time, inhale right side, right nostril, and pause at the top of the breath. Hold the breath in, chin comes down. Now root lock really lifts. So feel the power of the prana condensing in the torso. Before it's uncomfortable, exhale out the left. Inhale up the left. The pelvic floor softens as you breathe in. Hold at the top of the inhale. You can lift the pelvic floor, chin comes down. Again, just feeling this gathering of the energy in the torso. Exhale, releasing out of the right nostril. Inhaling, both nostrils, hand releases, as does the root lock. Good. Go ahead and come into dolphin pose. Forearms to the floor, stretching into downward dog version legs, right? And you can remain here for 5 breaths. If at any time you would like to lower down, please do. Go ahead and release. Knees come down. You can come into child's pose. Option for the next pose is either headstand or coming back into your dolphin. So if you're doing headstand, just interlacing the hands, opening the palms, and your elbows are going to be about hips width apart, placing your head softly down, not on your fingers, not on your hands, but softly down onto the mat. And then straightening the legs. So here you want to make sure all of the weight is not on your head, but on your forearms, much like we were just doing with the dolphin pose. You can stay here. If it feels like your hamstrings are open enough and the hips can lift and you're feeling strong enough with your forearms and the head and neck are feeling strong enough, you can start to rise into your headstand. And just take 5 to 10 breaths here. Feeling the illuminative quality of being in a reversed pose. You have to pay a little more attention to what's going on. Coming down whenever you're ready, you can first come into your child's pose. And then to take care of the head and the neck, just inhale, rising up, just engaging the erector spinae. Exhale, lower down. And if you'd like to go a little higher, so you can just do those repeatedly. You can also go up into that full Shashankasana with both arms, exhaling, sweeping the arms back down. Inhale, rise. And exhale, lower. Turning your head to one side as you lower. Turning your head to the other side as you lower. Let's just do that 2 more. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears as you lower the chest down to the thighs. And then coming back to sit on the heels. And just feel the return of the blood flow down into the body. Maybe noticing what is going on in the head, in the mind. Hopefully there's an alert calm, a grounded clarity. Drop your awareness to feel what's going on in the heart and the body. Hopefully the body is feeling alive, the breath is full and alive, your heart is rhythmic and pulsing beautifully, alive. Tapping into the blood vessels that are even flowing in the back of the heart, back of the lungs, circulating the oxygen throughout your body. And we'll go ahead and lift up onto the knees again, tucking the toes under, moving into a lateral camel flow. So just reaching for your right heel, and you can sweep that left arm up, maybe all the way around if that feels attainable today. Just really opening up the whole left side and front of the left side of your torso. Stabilizing the low back with a little activation in your inner thighs. And then we'll go ahead and release, come up. Maybe you want to pause, come down for just a moment, relieve their feet. And then we'll switch sides after you've adjusted. You're ready to move to the left. Right arm sweeps around and up. Again, just exploring the rotation of the right shoulder and encouraging a stable base of the body for freedom in your upper body. Coming back to center and coming back to seated on your heels. Let's shift the hips to the side, stretch your legs out to the front. Open up into a wide-legged straddle, but with one knee bent. So we're going to frame about shoulders width apart, the hands to the front of you. Inhale and exhale, leaning forward just slightly. Breathing in, you will rise back up. I'm just coming in and out of these little pulses. The left inner groin may feel still a little tight, so you're just doing these little pulses to tell your body, I'm coming in, coming down. Good. 5 breaths here, forward fold. Breathing in, go ahead and rise up and just switch sides. And framing the hands so that they're shoulders width apart. Inhale, exhale the float down, just a little baby float. Inhale, rise. A couple more pulses till you're ready to fold all the way down. Noticing the calm tranquility of the movement coinciding with breath, but there's also that quality of awakening, this attunement to breath for awakening, sharpening the mind, clarifying your sight, shining light on shadows, evolving you. And we'll slowly start to come up again. This time we'll stretch our legs straight. And we'll move into a breathing practice within Paschimottanasana variation. So this is called Maha Mudra. And it is working with the pauses on inhale and exhale, as well as just holding one form and shape with the body for stable, connected groundedness to the earth and stable mind. But this is a very illuminative pose because of the bandha aspect. So this is really like a treta bandha. So the root lock, the belly lock, the throat lock are all engaged. And so the practice is this. You can reach towards your toes or not. You can just also reach towards your shins. I find that this is really nice, especially when you're learning the pose. The idea is to keep the spine straight. So when you breathe in, you'll feel this remembrance to lengthen the spine from the root to your crown. As you breathe out, you're going to feel the inner thighs kind of rolling down to the earth, a little engagement here. Maybe even the pelvic floor will lift on that exhale. So inhale, you're lengthening the spine a little bit. And now on the exhale, you're feeling that root lock lift. You're feeling your chin come down. So this is kind of what I do the entire time I'm practicing this Treta Bandha or Maha Mudra. So the breath work in this shape goes like this. We're just going to start with inhaling 6 counts and exhaling 6 counts. And you can feel again the shape that the body is taking, the breath that flows through, and just this subtle awareness of lengthening the spine on the inhale, 6 counts. Anchoring down to the earth on the exhale, 6 counts. Remembering the chin too has a bit of an anchor on your exhale, so you're maintaining the awareness of the prana that will be building at the torso. You might start to feel a little heat in the back of the spine. It's okay, just be here now. You can release the hands to the shins if reaching to the toes is too much. Good. And then on your next inhale, we're going to inhale 6 counts, pause for 3, exhale 6 counts, pause for 3. So you're working towards full samavriti. Inhale 6, pause for 3. Chin comes down, feel the awareness at the torso. Exhale 6, feel that groundedness, the root lock lifts. Pause for 3, awareness moves deeper. Do this at your own pace, about 5 more rounds. Each round of breath, each pause, each hold, it's like you're clearing away the density or removing the veils to a brighter seeing, a brighter knowing. The awareness moves deeper within, the universe within reveals. Holds your attention, captivates and inspires. Last round. And then one last round where it's inhale 6, pause for 6, exhale 6, pause for 6. So again, if you need to adjust, lift a little higher, come back a little more onto the knees. The idea, the importance is really to make sure that the spine is long and that the breath is smooth and your awareness is stabilizing the mind. So the mind grows quieter and quieter. On that exhale, chin comes down, root lock lifts. Awareness is on the belly, drawing in just slightly. So there's that treta, the third bandha. All seals become locked to hold the form and the prana within you. Beautiful. Go ahead and slowly release. Inhale. Yep. Probably felt that in your back. Go ahead and roll the shoulders out a little bit. And then just scooch down and lie down on your back. So you get just a very gentle release here, just lying on your back. And if you like, you can shift your hips just 2 inches to your left, bending your right knee. You can straighten your right arm out to the right and take your right knee with your left hand. Inhale here and then exhale, twist, turning your head away from the moving leg. Inhale, come back. Inhale, come back. Get into the twist. Just pause here for 3 rounds of breath. Come back to center, release. Your feet down onto the mat, just swooping your knees to the right and up and to the left and up. Scoot your hips 2 inches to your right now. Straighten your right leg. Grab your left knee, left arm out to the side. Inhale first, exhale, move into your twist. So dynamic movements, 3 rounds, and then come into the pose for 3 breaths. Good, holding the form, and just feeling into the shape that the body is taking in this moment. The prana that's riding on the breath and where you're envisioning or feeling it moving into. So prana as healer can move into places that are needing healed. Prana as light, as awareness, can move with intelligence into the shadows, the nooks and crannies that maybe the stories are being held, the narratives are being held captive, and the habits and patterns that we're not really conscious of dwell. Slowly releasing, coming back. Again, feet plant onto the mat, hips width apart. This time elevating into bridge as you inhale. Exhale, lowering down. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. And the last one, just remain. Inhale, interlace the hands behind your back. And just feeling into the mantra for the sun, Surya Devi. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha. May our intelligence rise through all the layers of the worlds. Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Go ahead and slowly unwind. Release, coming down into your Shavasana. Any last little bit of tending, please take care of yourself now. And release. Let go into feeling held by the earth, feeling the rays of the light of the sun around and on you. The power of prana as it fuels the breath from subtle to gross. And as you settle in, just welcoming any feelings of gratitude or pleasure, ease, or vitality wash over you. So feel free to stay in Shavasana for a little longer or to press pause. We'll rise up whenever you're ready, and we'll close with Sitali Pranayam. So in this practice, it's curling the tongue either straight forward or to the side, breathing in the cool air, pausing on the inhale, sending that cool air to anywhere you need to on the body, in the body, and then exhale out the nose, drawing out the heat, bringing it out of the body. So do that 8 more times. Pause and exhale. Stay with your 6 counts, inhaling and exhaling. Pause. Chin can come down. You can even lift the root lock. Let's just pause for 3 counts. Exhale out the nose. Inhaling through the straw, releasing the root. And once you are complete, feeling your whole body a ball of light, the rays, your skills and talents, you as Dharmi fulfilling the Dharma, just like the sun. And we'll close with the Guyatri, so you can just feel it, you can chant it. Ode to the solar being, the solar deity that gives us life, love, insight, clarity, and elevates our consciousness as a humanity, as a collective, as a planet. Om Bhur Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste.